Hey there, and welcome to Strength in Sisterhood, the podcast where faith, friendship, and fierce encouragement come together.
We're here to share stories that will inspire and lift each other up while we grow in faith together.
No matter where you are, we're here to remind you that you are never alone. With God and a little sisterhood, we're stronger together.
So grab a cup of coffee and get ready to be encouraged and empowered.
Hello, and welcome to Strength in Sisterhood. I'm Amy.
And I'm Summer.
And we're really glad that you're here today. How are you today, Summer?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yes, because I'm really excited because today you took off of work.
Yeah.
And thank you for that.
Oh, yeah.
We couldn't record last Saturday. And so you took off work today. And I'm like, I really hope these episodes are kind of short this week so I can hang out with you when we're done. Like you took the day off. The sun is shining.
It is.
It's supposed to be like 70, 60s.
Yesterday got to 75.
I know. And so I'm like, it would be nice to just go cruise around, hang out a little bit, go to lunch, enjoy the sunshine together. And just talk.
Hang out as friends?
Yes. Well, because, this is good.
Yes.
But this is work, right? Like this takes effort and work. And so it's like business mode when you're here.
Yeah.
In a way. I mean, not really.
There's tasks at hand.
Yes.
Which is different than we just go and hang out with a buddy.
Right.
You know?
So I'm looking forward to doing that after we get done today.
Yeah. I'm excited for our episodes today, though.
I am too.
And I'm thankful. Look at me, just skipping right through all the segments. No, I'm glad it is sunny outside.
Me too.
Hello, vitamin D.
Oh.
Natural.
Yeah.
Organic.
Best way to get it.
Vitamin D. And it's sunny outside. And I have the day off.
Yeah.
Like if I'm picking and choosing a day to have off, I'm usually picking and choosing a Friday.
Well, and today's a good day to take off.
Yeah. Yesterday would have been a wonderful day as well.
Yeah, yesterday was nice.
The hard part about spring, when you have these nice days and like the days are getting nicer and longer and warmer, it gets really hard to work.
Right.
Because it's just like, because this is what has a tendency to happen. Beautiful, gorgeous weather throughout the week. Oh, can you believe it? It's lovely.
This is where I want
Saturday
video.
rolls around, the weekend comes, Amy's off of work, and it snows.
Right. I really wish we had video right now to record you.
It's cold.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little bit animated, but that's okay.
Yeah, I love that.
So, yeah, it's a good day. I'm excited for today.
Me too.
I'm excited for our topics. So our topic today is I love my master. And we recently had a revival meeting at our church. I think some people called it a winter revival. Some people called it a spring revival. Today actually is the first day of spring.
Yes.
So we'll call it a winter revival because it technically happened in winter. And like what we were just talking about, right? Day one of the meeting, it was like 60 degrees. Everybody's happy, chipper. Oh, getting that vitamin D in. And then the next day it snowed.
Yeah, I know. Oh.
Yeah, winter revival.
Yeah.
You thought it was spring. No. I was talking to somebody this week and I was just like, March is just bipolar.
Yes, it is.
Like from day to day. But you know what month I can probably relate to the most? March. Like, make up your mind, March. March is like, yeah, Amy.
Yeah.
Hello. It's like the kettle calling the pot black.
Right?
You know?
Yeah. Too funny.
Anyways, but we had a really good revival meeting at church. And we had an evangelist come in and preach. And so it was started on a Sunday. He preached all day Sunday. Then Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. And it was just really good. And so we're just going to share some of our thoughts on some of the things that we got out of the meeting.
Yeah.
How the Lord spoke to us. Explain a little bit of some of the messages that he gave. And then, but one of the messages, like we titled it, I Love My Master, because that was one of the, like, I don't know if he titles his messages, but that's how I titled one of the messages.
Sure, yeah.
And that was, to me, that was the most impactful.
Same, actually.
Sermon.
That's the one I got the most
out of the meeting. Mm-hmm. And it was just, ever since he read that, like, because it comes from a verse, I think in Ezekiel. Well, we'll get into it.
Yep.
But
Exodus, I think.
Oh, yeah, Exodus. That's right. I knew it started with an E.
Potato.
Yeah, that's close enough. But it just stuck out to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that phrase. I love my master.
Yeah.
And so when we were deciding how to title it, and I was like, this just feels right.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
But before we get into the topic, should we go fill up our cups?
We should.
Okay. Okay, Summer, so what filled up your cup this week?
Okay, so Tuesday morning, I was doing my Bible reading and my prayer time, and I had prayed just to see the Lord's hand that day. There was something that was said, I don't know when it was said, but something about how, we know that the Lord's mercies are new every morning, but you have to ask for it.
Yep.
I think that might even been part of the revival. And it's like, yeah, we need to ask for it. So that morning, I asked for the Lord's mercy that day. And I wanted to see his hand and his power in my life and in the life of my family. Not really having any expectation of anything, just prayed it.
Yeah.
Well, we had an appointment scheduled for May the 13th, which was already a canceled appointment.
Sure.
I'm hoping this makes sense, but otherwise we would have gotten in at like June or July. So it's a long time to wait for this particular appointment. We really wanted something a lot sooner. Mm-hmm. And so last week I had called every morning for cancellations. Mm-hmm. And the lady was like, well, we don't have anything, but, you are on a wait list. So I kind of don't know if she was annoyed with me or not.
Calling every morning?
Yeah, calling every morning, but I was really wanting a sooner appointment. Mm-hmm. Well, this morning that I had prayed, well, first of all, let me say, Monday I didn't call. I started to leave it in the Lord's hands.
Sure.
I'm like, I'm not, this is in the Lord's hands. I'm just going to let him do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to back off. Well, that morning that I prayed, Tuesday morning, I think it was in the morning that I got the phone call. It was like, hi, this is, so-and-so calling from such and such office. We have a cancellation for tomorrow morning at 10. Would you like that appointment? Yes. Yes, I do. And I mean, my kids were in the room with me when I got that phone call. Yeah. And they know how thrilled I was. And I literally was like jumping up and down. It was a scene.
Yes.
And very excited.
Yeah.
And one of my kids started singing that song by Forrest Frank about being thankful. I think it's called Thankful.
Yeah.
And I mean, it nearly just brought me to tears how thankful I was that appointment came. Because May would have been a really long time to wait. So, I don't know, filled up my cup that day. There was a lot of things that actually transpired that day. Yeah. Well, within the 24 hours. But that was one that was just like, if nothing else, that filled my cup and probably is filling it for a while.
That's funny because I knew about that appointment.
Yeah.
Or that you were waiting for an appointment. And so I was kind of the same way. Like on Monday, I didn't. I've been praying about it.
Yes.
Monday, I didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I prayed
well,
for
thank you
the
for
situation.
Praying. Yes, thank you very much.
But I didn't specifically pray that they would get that a cancellation would happen.
Sure.
But Tuesday, I was praying for the situation or for whatever it was in regards to. And I thought about it. I was like, I'm specifically have not because ye ask not.
Right? Yes.
And so I was like, Lord, I pray that they would just get so then you text me.
Yes, I did. Like right away.
Yes. Yeah. And I was just like, by golly. And I'm usually not like, oh, I just, pray for that. But I just prayed for that.
Amen.
So,
man.
We weren't in the same room.
Oh, I wish we could have been.
But we were both having a scene of excitement.
Yes. Yeah. The meme that you sent me or the GIF or whatever, I was like, that's what I'm doing right now. I was so happy. Yeah. I was so happy. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, it was just a moment of gratitude and thankfulness to the Lord that he provided that.
Yeah.
And if I would have just backed off last week, I probably would have happened last week.
Yeah. I mean, we can think that, but the Lord just knows the right timing.
He does. Man, is that true or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, I love that.
So yeah, that filled my cup. What about you though?
So I was trying to think about it. And this may sound, I don't know, this may sound a little bit, whatever. Just say it, Amy. Like I'm getting in my head.
Get out. Get out.
Kindness filled my cup.
Oh, okay.
This week.
Tell me about it.
So on a couple of our recent episodes, we mentioned like it's been about a year. It's been a year that we've been doing the podcast, right?
Yep.
And so we had a couple people reach out like on a group text to us and just say, you know, hey, I've listened to every episode. And it's encouraging. And that's filled up my cup.
Yes.
Like it's encouraging. We had our friend Lindy who was on. She recently left a comment on Spotify.
She did.
On one of our recent episodes.
I was so excited to see that.
And just that filled up my cup. She's like, man, you guys are putting out like good, stellar content. And like that, I mean, she was just pouring.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And our hairdresser, Chan, she sent us something. Yeah. And it just made me think of, you know, there was just several different things of people just showing kindness.
And Erica did too. Yeah. Erica messaged too.
And I know a lot of people listen that we know, like these are people that we know and personally. We see on a regular basis. Yep. They don't have to do that though.
Right.
You know, like they don't have to. Erica didn't have to send us that text. Chan didn't have to message us.
Right.
You know, but as I was thinking about it, I was like, well, that's just showing kindness and encouragement
and love.
And as I was thinking about it, I was even just thinking about it last night. And then I thought, as I was thinking about it, another conversation came up into my mind that I had recently within the week. And it was somebody who was not kind.
Sure.
It was an unkind conversation. And both stuck with me. You know, the conversations or the words of kindness stuck with me. But the words of being unkind and the tone, that stuck with me as well.
Sure.
And so for me, it was just kind of like the Lord was just showing me the stark difference between kindness. And thankfully, there was much more kind.
Yeah.
There was just one example of unkindness. But for me, it was just showing, it filled up my cup. Well, that's the other thing. That's the reason why I'm bringing it up. The unkind conversation drained me.
Yeah.
And it was one of those conversations of like, I don't know how you are or even how some of our listeners are, but I'm the type of person, it was one of those types of conversations where you think about it afterwards and you're just like, oh, I wish I would have said that. Oh, ooh, that would have been a good thing to say. Oh, I wish I would have said that. It made me think of Meg Ryan's character in You've Got Mail.
Oh, I haven't seen that in a long time. Wow.
But she talks about, you know, they're corresponding back and forth, emailing back and forth, right? And she's like, you know, for example, what should I have said to this bottom dweller?
Yes.
You know, that just sticks in my head.
Yeah.
And she's the type of person who doesn't say those things in the moment.
Sure.
But she's emailing with the type of person who does say those things. And it's interesting just because the one who does say those things a lot of times has regret.
Yes.
And like feels, I shouldn't have said that. And the one who doesn't say those things sometimes thinks like, oh, I wish I would have. I wish I would have had that. But anyways, but it just showed me an example of, man, look, for me it was good because it showed me how unkindness can drain, but kindness can fill up.
Yeah, that's good.
And both stay with you. The unkindness comes with a sting.
Yes.
That stays with you. But the kindness fills you with warmth and with that, like appreciation.
Yeah.
And so there's more that comes with kindness, and it's obviously more enjoyable and better.
Yeah, for sure.
And so for me, it was just one of those reminders of like, oh Lord, help me to be more of the example of kind.
Yeah. Yep.
And
to fill other people's cup.
Yeah, to fill other people's cup. I'm sure. I mean, I am 40 years old. I know that there have been conversations where I have probably been unkind.
Yeah.
I can't
We all
necessarily
have.
think of them. Right. And the other person who was unkind, like they probably went on about their day and about their week and never thought twice about our conversation. But I did.
I was about to say whether I'm kind or unkind. Usually when I'm unkind, I'm thinking about that for a long time.
I know, but
Like, I hold on to that.
if it doesn't even register, like if it's not my intention,
Sure.
you know,
Yeah.
that person may not have had the intention of being unkind or even recognize that they were unkind. But I took it, I took it as unkindness.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
but it really doesn't take much. For me, it was just a good example.
That's good.
And it just
Yeah.
made me focus of like, oh, Lord, I'm tired of thinking about that unkind conversation. Like my flesh wants to think about that.
Sure.
Lord, help me to just think about all these like multiple, which outnumber
Yeah.
the unkind conversations, the multiple kind conversations, or just the little messages or texts or whatever. So,
Redirecting your mind
Yeah.
to think about those things.
but it filled my cup, and it just was a good reminder of like, I want to try to fill other people's cups
That's good.
with kindness.
I like that.
And it doesn't take much.
It doesn't.
So,
Nope.
anyways, I
I
don't know
like
if that really filled people's cups or not, but
I like that. I think that's really good.
yeah, I'm thankful for all those who have
Yeah.
listened. So if you listen, like, reach out to us. We will
What will we
correspond
do?
back.
What will we do? Sorry, what will we do, Amy?
You know what also filled up my cup? Because I mentioned a negative thing. This popped in my head.
What?
And I want to say it. So my sister listens to the podcast,
Uh-huh.
and she came on the other day and sent me a message. And she's like, you know what you guys should do? You should make T-shirts that say, you know, like Strength and Sisterhood over
Yeah.
here. And then on the back, you should have like some of your sayings. And she was listening to the episode that just came out.
Yes.
And at the end of it, you say, I don't throw back, I throw down.
Yeah.
I was like, there you go. That's a good one. That's a good one.
My friend Erica from Texas, she was like, she came right on after she was listening to
Yeah.
that, and she heard me say that, and she was like, that is the most Texan thing that I've heard you say this whole time. And I was like, honey, it's always there. It's deep within me.
Right. It doesn't always come out.
Texas doesn't come out. So, yep, it was kind of funny though.
Yeah. My sister has never met you. She's like, but I'm making mental notes. Like,
Oh, good
don't
ones
touch
are-
anything. Don't touch Summer with anything that is cold. Because she does not throw back. She throws down.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot that's what the context was of that
Yeah.
saying. But we have a lot for you, though, by the way. We would have T-shirts galore.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good point where we should get into our topic.
Of course it is.
It was just funny. I know there's plenty.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
But I agree. I would love to get a heat press and make shirts.
Oh, yeah.
I want to do that. I thought about that like last week.
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
So honestly, if any of our other listeners have ideas,
Oh, I was
Or
supposed to
maybe-
say, if you have a heat press you're not using at home, you want to mail it.
no, I'm not going to ask for that. But I will ask for suggestions. Like if you have a quotable quote from Strength and Sisterhood, like a quote that they've enjoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or even
Sorry, I was buffering.
I know, I could tell. I saw the little circle up there. You're not understanding the words that are coming out of my mouth.
That's too funny.
No, but yeah, if you guys have if there's any lines, because
Yeah.
she's got a greener thumb than
The Hulk.
That was a good one.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, but yeah, send them to us.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Email them, leave them in a comment. YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, we're all over.
Yep.
Yeah.
They know where to
Anyways,
find us.
enough of that conversation. Let's get into our topic.
Okay, sounds great.
Okay. Okay, Summer. So we just came out of revival last week.
Yep.
And it was really good. One thing that I've realized, or I've kind of observed, is there's that verse that says, our adversary walketh about, seeking whom he may devour, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So our adversary is always there
Yeah.
and watching and waiting for weakness. And it feels like pre revival, during revival, and post revival, you're always kind of susceptible. Like, I can feel like there's like a spiritual tension.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. So pre-revival, a lot of times it's just trying to like discourage and distract. It feels like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
During revival, you're trying to put that flesh down. But
Right.
that flesh don't want to be down.
Right. There's kind of like some breaking going on, some hammering going on that you're trying to break through.
Yeah. Breaking always feels like the appropriate word.
Yeah.
And then post-revival, it feels like there's the parable of the seeds, how they fall in the different ground and stuff like
Yes.
that. And yeah, during revival, that ground is getting broken up. Mm-hmm. And even pre-revival, like it's breaking up.
Yeah.
So that's nice soft ground. But you know what comes along? Birds come along.
Yep.
And they pick up those seeds. Mm-hmm. And I've felt that this week of like, it's post-revival. And now I'm feeling like, ooh, things that like, joy was just plucked out, you know? Ooh, something was plucked out there. So it's just kind of frustrating.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
But we had a really good revival. I'm thankful. Those things are to be expected, you know, distractions and discouragement. And then even after, to kind of steal some of those things.
Because the enemy does not want you to get anything from it.
No, he doesn't. You may have been able to like, you may have made it to the revival, right? And then you're there.
Yeah.
And you're in the Lord's house and you're listening to the preaching. And that flesh is getting weaker as that spirit gets stronger.
Yeah.
And that spirit gets stronger through the congregational singing.
Oh,
through
goodness.
sitting underneath the preaching, through the fellowship, and like the Lord just showing up. Mm-hmm. And that spirit is getting stronger, and that flesh is getting weaker. So you may have made it there, and then you come out of revival, and now you still kind of have to be on guard. Like a lot of times you think, well, no, I'm up on the mountaintop. Well, no, guess who else is flying up there? Birds.
Right. Well, and guess what's on the other side of the mountain?
The valley.
A downhill.
Right. And so you always have to just be aware.
Yeah.
You know? And so it's just one of those things of this week I realized like, oh yeah, birds are plucking.
Yeah.
Trying to pluck things out. Mm-hmm. And trying to keep me from implementing some of the things that I may have talked to the Lord about last week when we were in the revival, you know?
Yeah.
So anyways, but I got a lot out of it. We just want to share some of the stuff that we got out of it. So one of the first messages that he preached, he was talking about, I think, Christ's priesthood. But what stood out to me was towards the end of his message, he talked about that verse from Hebrews, that we may boldly approach the throne of grace.
Yes. And
obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, you can approach the throne because you know that there you can obtain mercy and find grace, but you actually have to go and pick it up and ask for it.
Yeah.
Ask for that mercy. Like you go to the throne and you ask for that mercy. It's there. It's like it's storage unit.
Right.
But you have to go in and like ask for it.
Well, and he mentioned you need to do it daily.
Yes.
Like you need to go and ask for that every day.
Yeah.
Which is what I mentioned in the intro is whoever thought you had to ask for it every single day, you know? Like I thought it was just bestowed upon me.
Right.
You know? And,
well, I'm here at the throne.
And it is there. It's available.
Yes.
But I have to ask.
Yeah. To me, it felt like one of those mind-blowing things of like, oh my goodness, I've been a Christian for this long and why did I never think of that?
Yeah, right.
Almost like shameful of like, oh.
Yes.
Oh yeah, like I show up at the throne of grace. What, is it just showered upon me? No.
Right.
What are you here for, Amy? Well, I'm here to obtain mercy.
Yeah.
And to find grace.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get that for you. You know, and like he goes into the back and I'm just going to need a double portion today. But yeah.
Yeah,
that was really good.
It was good.
So that was one of the things that just...
Did you hear me that morning? That's when we sang, "It is well." Okay. I have never yelled out before.
No?
But I mean, you know, I amen and whatnot, but like a holler, Like, woo! Like
yeah.
that. Never done that. That came out of me.
How was
was
it?
like, it was so like,
Mm-hmm.
I was so stirred by that song. And literally it just came out of me.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of interesting because the boys in front of me turned to each other and kind of like chuckled a little bit. And then I had found out the other day that one of the gals behind me said, "Did you hear so-and-so?" Which wasn't my name. "Did you hear so-and-so, holler out?" And the mom was like, "That wasn't so-and-so. That was Summer." And she was like, "What?" And she's like, "That was Summer that did that." Listen, I was just as surprised as anybody else. But you know what? I'm like, he deserved that.
Oh, yeah.
He's worthy of my praise.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. The song service was outstanding.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah.
I was full.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I feel myself restraining
Oh, yeah.
those things in me.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wish I wouldn't.
I wish I wouldn't either.
Because it is one of those things of like, oh, well, there's Amy again,
Yeah.
But, yeah, there's Amy again.
Yeah.
That's... Oh, one of the things that I got out of the message is that he said, I don't remember when he said it, but I know I have it here in my notes, was, whose approval am I seeking?
Exactly.
I want his approval.
Yes.
More so than the approval of others.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes it does. It just builds up within you.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just, I got to get it out.
It's like the spirit in me could not contain itself. Like
Yeah.
it just had to blurt it out.
But how much do you think, like I said, sometimes I'll restrain myself because of what other people around me might think.
Yeah.
Instead of, Lord, I just want to think of like, what does the Lord think of that? Like, oh, the Lord might have been like, look at her. Like a summer, she did it. Ooh, she's been having that in there for a long time, and she just let that holler out. What if it put a smile on his face?
Yeah. That's what matters. That's what I'm here for, to please him.
Yes.
I pray that was pleasing to him.
I do have to say one benefit of sitting towards the back is when the song service is like that and you can feel the spirit moving and you see those hands go up.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody over there's feeling it.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
I ain't the only one feeling it.
I know.
It can be super encouraging.
I had a friend of mine come up to me after the service, after one of them, and she's like, "We had our hands raised too. She said, me and so-and-so, and I'm like, because I'm at the very front.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anybody behind me lifting hands, And so it's like, amen. The Spirit's moving. You could feel the Spirit in there. And I loved that.
Yeah. Really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was really good. And then, so then the next night, I think he preached a message out of 2 Samuel. Mm-hmm. And it was when David was going to bring the Ark of the Covenant, the Ark of God, back to, he was moving it.
Right.
I don't remember exactly where it was. All the details of that. But it was from 2 Samuel. And I just thought it was interesting how I've come across, like, in some of his preaching, some of his messages, he brings out, or he goes to these stories that I've heard, but he brings a whole different layer and perspective.
Yeah, the way he brought that up, I was like, I don't know that I would have,
ever.
I know for a fact I would not have seen that.
Right.
Yeah, like I just wouldn't have.
Yeah. So, this one was really good, just in the fact of, one of the things that stood out to me the most in that message was he talked about how, like, you always think of, so the story is, they're bringing the Ark of the Covenant out and they put it on a cart, which he pointed out was not the right way to do it. Mm-hmm. And just, there were so many things that he pointed to of, like, David learned that tactic of moving the Ark from the Philistines.
Right. And the Philistines, yes. Yeah.
Because he was drawn to and tempted by the Philistine, the life and the environment and society of the Philistines, which is like the word, rather than doing it the way that God's word lays out, and God's clear in his instruction, and it was just like, oh yeah, yeah, I've been known to do that, from time to time or whatever. But I've always kind of felt bad for the guy that puts his hand out because he's trying to protect it.
Right.
He puts his hand out to protect the ark, and then the Lord just kills him right there on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
But he had a really interesting point he brought out, like, the ark had been there.
Yeah.
And the two guys there's so many things with that message, even now as I'm thinking about it. Like, that chapter starts out with David calling these thousands of people out.
Right.
Right. And there's this big old celebration of like, hey, we're moving. The ark's coming.
Yeah.
Big old celebration. Who wants to actually move it? Anybody?
Right.
Crickets, like nobody's volunteering. So then these guys that have grown up with it, in their house, they're very familiar with it. And they're just, oh, yeah, we can move it.
Right.
Think nothing of it. And his point with that I thought was interesting was they became very casual with something sacred.
Yes. Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, preacher. Whew.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good.
Whew. That one's digging a little bit.
Yeah. That's one of the messages that I was like, okay, I don't want to become too casual about the things of God. I want to maintain a reverence for God, his house, his word. I never want to let those things, I don't want to be flippant about those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just become too casual with them. I think we can do it. We have a tendency, I know I have that tendency to, well, yeah, I'm familiar with it. And I'm very, we just get that familiarity. And I think we can do that with things of the Lord. We can do that with family. We can do that with the others. And you kind of just begin to take things for granted.
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that.
So that was one of those things of like, oh, yeah. Like, just, for me, it was really good because it was kind of like a redirect.
Yes.
Of, oh, yeah, okay, well, we're getting a little casual with some of those things, Amy.
Yeah.
And just recognizing the sacredness and the privilege.
Absolutely.
Of being able to go into God's house, being able to worship him. And that he has a way that he wants things done. Yes. And it's laid out in the Bible, and he gave it to us. Yep. And we need to follow it the way he said. Just like when they were supposed to carry the ark a certain way. Things were supposed to be done a particular way. Yep. And God is holy. And there is judgment. And there is consequences for the things that you should know to do. Right. That you're not doing. Right. Or ways in which we do it. The other thing that stood out to me in that message was kind of going back to that point of how David learned to move it. Like, why did he put it on a cart? It wasn't really even built to be on a cart. Right. It was built to be carried. Yep. A particular way. And, but David learned that from the Philistines. And I wrote one thing down that he said is that the devil has a lure for everyone. They're different. Yeah. What might entice me and might tempt me is going to be different than you. But I just thought, oh, that's good. And he knows. The devil knows. Yep. Oh, Amy likes this. Right. So we're going to, and that's going to be different, Yeah. So he knew David was enticed, because I think he mentioned something in there too about the sword. David had a great sword, but he wanted the Philistine sword. Right. And so it was one of those things of like, the devil watches us and observes us and knows those weaknesses, knows those temptations, and he has those for everybody. Yes. So that was I thought that was really good. Very good message. To be aware of. Yeah. I feel like at some point in time, we will probably, through the podcast, go over the armor of God. I just don't know if it would be like a series that we would do, but it's good to know your adversary. And it's good to know his tactics. Yep. So when he said that, I wrote that down. I was like, okay, that needs to be tucked away because... Yeah, he can be, if you know your enemy, right, as in the military, you train to know your enemy, right, and how they work. It's the same. And so that you're ready and you can recognize like, oh, that's the enemy, and then you can do something about it. Yes. I think that's good. I love that message. Yeah. The other thing I liked, the last thing I thought about with that message was how our relationship can deepen over time. He talked about... Yeah, that was good.
That was good. Go ahead. Sorry.
He talked about like water
Yes.
rushing over rocks, and
Yes.
it can be very shallow. It's like, it's beautiful. But our relationship with the Lord can deepen. He's like, there's something to be said when that water gets deep.
Yeah.
You know? And
wow. I loved that.
yeah, I just thought that was good. Like, and I think he compared it to, he was talking about newlyweds,
Yeah.
like marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And how he's like, yeah, that newlywed stage, it's great. But he's like, they've been married for over 10 years.
Yeah.
I don't remember how long it had been for them. But he's like, I don't like our relationship now. Like, it's deeper.
Right.
It's, I know her more.
Yeah.
And so.
And I think of something that's, when we use like, in my mind, I'm picturing power, right? So if you were to get something that if you want to generate power, right? The water needs to be deep enough for that to kind of like the water to, I don't know, you think like a boat, right?
Yep.
The propeller needs to be in the water to really get good power.
Right.
That's kind of what my brain thinks of, and that's really what it is. Like the deeper that relationship is, the deeper that is, you've got more power. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
And you can be steered better because you're deeper, you're submerged.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense in anybody else's head, but it makes sense in mine.
It makes sense in mine too. So good luck dealing with that, folks. No. But yeah, that was a really good message. There was a couple, like those thoughts that I had from that, and it was really good. The next night is kind of the night that hit me.
Same.
And so he preached on I Love My Master.
Yeah.
And that came out of Exodus 21. And it's, I think, verses like 1 through 6, 1 through 7. And, I have a lot of notes. I might just read off my notes from what I have. But I know my debt's been paid, but I love my master, and I want to serve him. And that was so good.
Yeah.
Oh, I do actually. I'm not usually a big one for taking notes.
Yeah.
I'm not usually a big one for taking notes, but for whatever reason, like, I just felt like I could, for whatever reason, I took notes.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I get distracted. Like, I get so caught up in trying to make sure that I have the correct references.
Yeah.
That I have the correct quotes, that I have the correct points and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But these are just scribbles on note cards.
Sure.
So those are Amy's notes. But it was really good. So his first point with that was, he was talking about the servant. So like I said, I don't know if he titled his message. I titled it, I Love My Master.
Yeah.
But he said, I'm going to talk to you about being a servant tonight.
Yeah.
And so the discussion there is a servant. The context of that message is a servant, and he was paying off a debt, right?
Yeah.
And after 7 years, he could go free.
Right.
But this servant decided, I love my master. I know my debt's been paid, but I love my master, and I want to serve him, and I want to stay. And I loved that.
Yeah.
And so he talked about, in the context of the servant, his first point was his provocation. So what provokes the servant? And he talked about duty and fear. Duty keeps us doing the right thing.
Right.
Right. So
like
out
discipline.
Out of discipline or out of duty, I'm going to continue doing this thing because it's right.
Yeah.
Regardless of my feelings, regardless of how I'm feeling or whatever.
Yep.
This is right, and this is the expectation.
Yes.
This is my duty. He said, fear keeps us from doing the wrong thing.
Right.
So I'm not going to do that because I don't want the consequences.
Right.
Of doing that action. But then he said, so what provokes you? Fear, duty, or love?
Right.
And he's like, really, love ought to be the main factor, the main provocation.
Right.
And one thing I wrote down here was, but love motivates us to go the next mile.
Yes.
Right? Like, you can tell the difference between somebody who's doing something out of duty.
Yeah.
Or doing something out of fear. Or doing something out of love.
Right. Yeah.
You can tell that difference. You can see that difference.
Yeah.
And so I'd much rather do something out of love. And I just thought, I love my master. Oh, he had this line. I love my master too much to blank.
Sure.
Like, I'm not going to do that.
Yes.
Because I love my master too much.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, man, that's good.
That is good.
Oh, that's good. He also talked about if you fall out of love with him, then you can have the duty and fear to fall back in love with him.
Yes, that's good.
If you fall out of love with him, most likely the reason is because you're not looking at him closely.
Yeah. Yep.
And then he started talking about how he is altogether lovely. And then I just started thinking of like, oh man, Lord, you're so good to me.
He is.
So good. And so worthy of that love. You know, I know I have some points for our next topic, that episode that we're going to record.
Yeah.
And I'm going to touch on that a little bit, but it was really good.
Yes.
Of just, yeah, I love my master.
Yeah.
And that brings us into the second point of like his priorities. Right. So it had his provocation, like the servant. Why is he doing the things that he is doing? Out of fear, duty, or love. And then his priorities. And that's where verse 5, where he says, I love my master.
Yeah.
I love my wife and my kids.
Yep.
But his master was first.
Yes. Yep.
And I didn't have a whole lot of notes on that because he mostly took that into like marriage.
Well, that's the order.
Kids. Yeah.
Yep.
And so for me, that's not super applicable.
Sure.
But it was good. It was a good reminder of like, I don't want anything else to be in that number one spot.
Right. Yeah. Same.
Or anyone else.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
And I think it was a really good reminder because especially in our culture and in our society right now in America, like kids do run the show. Like,
absolutely.
It's almost seen as neglect.
Yeah.
If you don't put your kids first.
Right.
And so the fact of him having to stand up and say, you ought to love God first.
Yeah.
And then the spouse.
Right.
And then the kids.
Yep.
That they're all the way down in number 3.
Right.
That a lot of people would see that as neglect. But.
Yeah. That's the order that God designed it. And that's the order we need to be putting it into.
Right. And I thought it was really good. Because the truth is those kids do grow up.
Yep. And
then it's just you and the missus or you and the mister.
Right.
And if you've prioritized the kids over each other for a couple decades, you know, 18, 20 years, then that's not going to be a comfortable time.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I was just talking to somebody about that the other day at church. It's kind of like, you know, now that the kids are older, but as they've gotten older, that has become more apparent to me as like, I need to make sure me and Brandon have the same interest. Right. You know, like we need to be able to do things together in conversations that we don't talk about the kids. And we do. Yeah. But it's like I'm more mindful of that now. Like, okay, they're going to be leaving soon. These kids are going to be out of the house. So just kind of making sure that that's not going to be an issue. When the kids are all gone, it's like, who are you?
Right.
Like,
well, and I think,
you know,
I mean, I don't know personally, but I think marriages can struggle at that point.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you do kind of turn to each other and be like, dude, where have you been?
Right.
Or we've
How
been
do we do this?
roommates since for the last 15 years.
Yeah.
Or you've just been, you know, a partner in raising the kids. Now when the kids are raised, then it's just like, oh yeah, we used to like the same things, didn't we? You know, or just,
I feel like that's probably pretty prevalent, you know, in marriages and stuff, but
kind of getting to know each other again.
Yeah. I don't want to do that then. I want to like make sure we're working on it now. But it's just interesting. I did have that conversation with someone and it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was really good. He also talked about the plainness of the servant and how that's kind of where that point was. Like, I'd rather have him approve of me than others.
Yes. Yeah.
He said that during that point, and I was just like, oh, that's really good. Like, I do.
Yeah. It makes me think of a kid. You know, like when you're a kid, it's the fear. You know, like you think of a little kid, and I think like as our spiritual walk, when we're babes in Christ, you're kind of more fearful of God. Right. Like, oh, he's going to smite me if I do this wrong, or, you know, and that'll kind of keep you in line. But as you grow in the Lord, it grows into like, I want to do this because I love you.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I have a healthy fear of you, but I love you.
Yeah.
And I want to do this for you.
Well, and just seeking his approval, like like we talked about earlier with the song service stuff. Like,
Yeah.
hey, if it puts a smile on his face, if somebody else laughs at me, fine.
Right.
So what?
Right. Right.
But if it puts a smile on his face, like if he enjoys seeing my excitement,
Yeah.
then it's worth it.
Amen. Amen.
It's worth a couple of people being like, did you see that?
Right.
You know, or whatever. Who cares?
Right. Yeah.
But yeah. And then, he finished that message with his last point was the pain of the servant.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
And that just felt like it brought, I don't know, there was a sobriety
Yes.
to it. So at the end of that story, the servant, because he's chosen to stay with his master, then they put an awl through his ear.
Right.
And so there's the pain of serving.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very true. There's pain that can come from serving.
Yeah.
Serving the master. The servant wasn't spared from the pain just because he was doing right.
Yeah. That's good.
Tears can come from the pain of serving. And sometimes it's not something that you've done wrong. Sometimes it's a hurt that you don't understand. Is a pain that can come from serving. But he also kind of he finished it with like a thought of sometimes the fellowship between you and the master can be sweeter because of the pain.
Yes.
Because you've gone through that.
Yes.
And he also talked about, he was just so good at giving illustrations.
Yeah, he was.
But he talked about he'll bring a balm, to that pain. And I think he gave an illustration of just, the servant laying his head on the master's chest, and the master seeing that ear, blood.
Yeah.
And just kind of still raw. And so the master's like, here, come here. And he just brings you in close, puts that servant's head on his chest, grabs some balm that he has, and he just soothes it, soothes that wound. It was just such it was a good reminder that we can take our hurts and our pains to the master.
Yep.
That he wants them. And he wants to provide us comfort and wants to help us heal them.
Yeah.
Well,
he understands more than anybody what it's like to come and serve and be hurt physically and go through suffering and pain.
Yeah.
He knows it better than anybody.
Yep. Yeah, I know on that particular night, I don't know, when he was wrapping up that message, even just getting a little emotional now thinking about it. But yeah, there was, I broke down into tears. And I could hear sniffles throughout the congregation, throughout the sanctuary and stuff like that. And there was a certain soberness and seriousness to that message that when we finished and we wrapped up or whatever and wrapped up the service and we were dismissed. I don't know. I didn't feel like I could just get up and hey, how was your, have small talk with people.
Right.
I just felt like I needed to just
sit in it
and meditate. And I'm thankful because there was a couple people around me that kind of just had that same feeling, same thing of they didn't pop up and grab their stuff or sit and chit chat about the day or anything. We all kind of just had this oof.
Right.
And we didn't get into necessarily details, but I had a really good conversation with a couple of guys, a couple of young men. And I don't know, it was just really good. The Lord showed up.
Yeah.
You know, even in that fellowship, even in that conversation afterwards. And I don't know, it filled up my cup, and just talking with them and just being open, and yeah, it was just really good.
Yeah.
I don't even remember much of the conversation.
Yeah.
But I remember encouraging one another and just talking about some different things that the Lord's shown me. And they were sharing stories of like things that the Lord's shown them and how he's worked through different messages. And I don't know, that. Yeah, it was just really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for, and me think too of like, how many places, like these are 19-year-old young men. Mm-hmm. They're like nephews to me. Like I think of them like nephews. Yeah. But where else are you going to like, why would they want to sit there and talk with a 40-year-old, you know, old maid?
Because you're Amy. Hello.
But I'm just really thankful for that. I'm thankful for how we can, for me, it was a good example of how we can commune one with another.
Yes.
And yeah, we were even talking about, you know, kind of fellowshipping and stuff like that. And you think about, during that conversation, we were talking of, I shared some stuff with them that I was struggling with or I was dealing with. Mm-hmm. That I didn't share with anybody else. Like I didn't share with any of my peers or anything like that.
Yeah.
But we were talking about how iron sharpeneth iron.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. And then the Lord just gave me this statement. And he was just like, yeah, because I have a tendency to be a hermit sometimes. And sometimes if I'm struggling or whatever, if I'm just in my own head, I have a tendency to withdraw. Mm-hmm. Right? And the Lord was just like, whew. So we're talking about iron sharpening iron. And I was talking about how like, yeah, I didn't go to this, I didn't go to that. And it's just like, even though I probably really needed to, I just didn't.
Sure.
And then the Lord's just like, yeah, Amy, you talk like you sit there and quote, iron sharpeneth iron, but your sword needs to be out of the sheath in order for it to be sharpened.
Ooh, mic drop.
All three of us who were in that conversation were just like, oh, dang, I need to write that down. I know it came out of my lips, but it did not come out of like my brain or my...
Sure. The Lord gave that to you.
The Lord gave that. And I was just like...
Wow.
Somebody's like... One of the guys next to me, he's like, so what'd you say? I was like, I don't know. Something about being out of the sheath. Like, but it was really good.
So true, though.
It is true.
You can't be sharpened if you're not out of the sheath.
Yes. Iron sharpeneth iron, but not when you don't sharpen a knife or you don't sharpen a sword.
Yeah.
When it's in the sheath.
I'm going to remind you of that.
Don't.
When you're hermiting.
Well, it's recorded anyways. So, but yeah.
Wow. That was good.
So that's just been something that's been sitting on my mind too. Mm-hmm. Of like,
I bet.
Sure, the sheath is comfortable.
Sure.
But you don't put multiple swords in the sheath.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to be sharpened or if you're going to sharpen others.
Right. You got to come out of there.
You got to come out of the sheath.
That's good.
Oh.
That's real good.
Yeah. Woo. Wow. I was like looking around like, man, where did that come from? Thank you.
Thank you, Lord. Yeah, I love when he does that.
So good. Yeah. I needed that. Yeah. So then the last night, we'll wrap up here pretty soon. The last night was also a really good message. He talked about the work of God. And he talked about your walk with God and your worship. Your walk and your worship of God is more important than your work.
Yes.
For God.
Yeah, that was really good.
And I thought, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we get so focused on
the work.
Mm-hmm. Or we want to be acknowledged for
the work.
Mm-hmm. But really,
no.
You
can't do good work though if you're not in, your walk is not right.
Right.
Yeah.
And your worship.
Yeah.
Like we can so easily be casual.
Yep.
I think sometimes with our worship. Where it's just like, Lord, like this is your time. Like, and yeah, it doesn't even have to be specific times. Like we can worship him and we can walk with him 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That word worship really has been dumbed down or misused. Everybody thinks that worship means music and singing, but worship is in your prayer. Worship is how you serve. Worship, it's not just the music service,
Right.
It's just not.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not limited to a 10, 15-minute slot.
Right, of your worship for the week.
Right.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was really good. He talked about how the Lord's work is worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Like working for the Lord it's a great work.
It is, yes.
And it's a privilege. And I think
Mm-hmm.
he mentioned something about the preparation. Like he sees the preparation.
God sees the preparation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So how you're studying for the test,
Mm-hmm.
how you're planning and preparing,
Right.
He sees all of that.
Are you cramming
right
beforehand? Or just being kind of, I've done it for so long, secondhand, and just,
That's
again,
the
kind of
casualness.
casual
Yes.
with it? Or do you see it as a true and honest privilege?
Mm-hmm.
And are you treating it as such?
Right.
And it's just
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, that was really good.
It was good.
And he also talked about sowing and reaping then too. And he said something about, even if you don't see the reaping of what you're sowing, like you will one day,
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that was really good.
And a lot of times you put that in context of like, I don't know, sometimes preachers will use that sowing and reaping as an encouragement of like sowing and reaping good. And sometimes they use that as like guilt.
Sure.
But it's true. We need to look at both ways.
Yeah.
What am I sowing?
Yes.
Am I sowing good? Well, even like we talked about in our Fill Up Our Cups, am I sowing kindness or am I sowing unkindness?
Right.
Because both are crops
Yes.
that I'm going to end up reaping.
Mm-hmm.
So what am I sowing?
And not necessarily sowing to see, right? Because you might not see, but sowing anyway.
Right.
Sowing whether you're going to see any fruit out of it or not.
Right.
Sow anyway.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I think he kind of ended it with like, you'll reap if you faint not.
Yes.
And so just the encouragement of keep going.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's worth it. I love my master, and you'll never find a better master.
Amen.
So it was really good. And with that, we'll head on over into our gratitude moment.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Okay, Summer. So what is your gratitude moment for this week?
Well, you know how I have a history of running out of gas?
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah. Well, my daughter bought my car, and she only had it for like a week,
Okay.
and she ran it out of gas.
And you're grateful for that?
Well, misery loves company kind of thing. No, I'm not grateful that she ran out of gas, but I'm like, okay, we've got to get this car looked at.
Yes.
It had been looked at before, but nothing was really found. Took it to someone else this time, which shout out to Scotty's Muffler in Bismarck. He was amazing. He got us in pretty much within like a day or two. We were able to drop it off with him. He looked at it and he's like, I may get this wrong, so don't quote me,
Sure.
people out there that know vehicles. Like the fuel pump or something, but inside the fuel pump or inside the fuel tank or something, there's this little sensor or thing that bobs around. I don't know.
That would make sense.
I don't know what I'm talking about, okay? But he ordered one. He ordered the part. It came in. He calls me and he's like, hey, we got this. We got the part in, but it doesn't look exactly like the one that came out of yours that we pulled out. He's like, so I called around. I called Toyota here in town, and they sell the part separate that causes the problem. So like the thing inside of it.
Sure.
He's like, so you actually don't need the whole thing. We actually just ordered that part. So it's going to save you like $300. And I was like, no way. He's like, yeah, so we'll get that done probably, tomorrow. And then you guys can come pick it up,
Sweet.
by the end of the day. And I'm like, how cool, because he could have.
Yeah.
He could have charged me the $900 that he quoted me, and just fixed the little piece.
Right.
And said nothing.
Right.
But he didn't. He really...
Integrity.
And he is his name is Brandon, Scotty's Muffler in Bismarck. Easy for me to remember. Also a veteran.
Oh.
So...
There you go.
Yep.
It's a win-win.
So shout out to him.
Awesome.
So anyways, I'm thankful for that.
Yes.
Because now, so what he said when we got there, it said we had 3/4 of a tank.
Yeah.
And when he replaced everything and put the gas back in, it was at a half of a tank.
Oh.
So it wasn't all my fault. I told y'all, something was messed up in there. It's not
So on your actual gas gauge, like the gauge.
it would read 3/4 of a tank.
Okay.
But really, there was only a half a tank of gas in there.
Sure.
So if anybody remembers from previous episodes, my gas would run out this
Yes.
last time that it happened at about, it would say like 50, I think it said 52 miles till
Sure.
empty. Well, for my daughter, it said 82 or 87. So it was just like gradually getting worse and worse
Yeah.
and worse. But yeah, she called me and she's like, Mom, these lights are on in the car and I can't get the car to turn on. I'm like, well, did you put gas in it? And she was like, well, it said I had 80 something miles. I'm like, this sounds way too familiar. You ran out of gas, honey. She's like, but it said 8. I know. I've been there. You're out of gas. So then I had to go get gas and it was a fiasco. But I'm thankful for Scotty's muffler and saved us $300 and he got it fixed. So
Good job, Scotty.
I know.
Good job, Brandon.
Thanks, Brandon from Scotty's Muffler
Yeah.
in Bismarck.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What about
That's really
you?
good.
What was yours?
That's funny.
Is it?
Your daughter.
I know. I'm
All
like,
these lights are
yay.
lighting up. Oh, I've been there. Did you put gas in it? Okay. Well, hang tight.
Right. Yep. Too funny.
This week, for my gratitude moment, I'm thankful for humor.
Me too. Yes.
I'm thankful for laughter. So here's what made me think about it.
I love that.
So there's a guy, I work from home, right? So there's no office. We don't work in an office anymore.
Right.
So I don't get to see my coworkers face to face. Everything's all virtual, right? Or like over IM or emails or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, there's a newer guy on our team. He's not new to the company, but he's newer to our team. And he was filling in for one of my coworkers who I've known her for over 10 years.
Yeah.
And we're pretty good pals. I have met her in person, even though she doesn't live in the state. But she's like, yeah, I told him like if he has any questions while I'm out, he can reach out to you. So, he asked a couple questions and we're corresponding back and forth. Well, his name is Kenny, but and I think she even referred to him as Kenny, but then in his email, his signature on his email, it says Kenneth.
Sure.
Because that's like probably the legal form of his name, right?
Yeah.
And so then I'm responding back to him and I always start out my emails with like, hi, Kenny, or hi, it'd be hi, Summer, or whatever. And I just remember sitting there thinking like, I've never talked to this guy.
Yeah.
Like, how does he want to be addressed?
Sure.
Kenny, Kenneth, Sir Kenny.
Right.
And I put that in there. And I was just like, hi, Kenny. And then I put in parentheses or like, what do you want to be addressed as?
Yes.
And I put that in there, Sir Kenny.
Yeah.
Well, he has a good sense of humor. And he came back and he was just like, I kind of like that Sir Kenny thing.
Right.
Well, then later on we were talking over IM. Like he sends me an IM and it's like, hey, Sir Kenny.
Yeah.
What's thou can I do to help thee? Or something like that. Top of the morning and whatever. And he's just like, oh my God. And so he picked it up and he's also running with it. Yes.
Love that.
And I was just like, yes, you're my kind of guy. Like, I love that.
I like that.
And so even yesterday, he had a question and I get on the phone or he calls me. He's like, hey, can I call you quick? And I was like, yeah, let's just talk it out.
Yeah.
And I answer the phone, Sir Kenny. And he's like, 'tis I, Sir Kenny. And I was just like, I love it, dude. I love it.
That's awesome when
It's just
people join in on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things of like humor.
Yeah.
People who see humor and like just add humor.
Yes.
Add laughter to your life. Why not?
Yeah. I like that.
So it just made me thankful for humor.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good.
So anyways, I don't know if you're ever going to listen to this, but hello, shout out to Sir Kenny.
Sir Kenny. Hey, Sir Kenny.
Yeah. We had a team meeting and I mentioned it. Like he gave me, like we always do like little gratitudes or whatever. Like if we want to a recognition. They call
sure.
it recognition. And he's like, yeah, I just wanted to thank Amy. She helped me out with some of these things while I was covering for so-and-so. And so then I, unmute myself, and I was just like, just to let the team know, Kenny's new to our team, but he's already got himself a little nickname. And he's like, Amy, you got to be kidding me. I was like, did you think I was not going to bring this up to the team? Like, that's too good. You don't get a nickname and not share it.
Right. People need to know.
Yeah. So, Sir Kenny. I thought it was funny.
Shout out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll wrap it up for this week. And until next week, keep finding strength in sisterhood.
All right.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe and share with others. Join us over on Instagram at
Strength in Sisterhood Pod.
And leave us a comment if you liked this episode. You can also reach us at
strengthandsisterhoodpod@gmail.com.
Or find us on Spotify, Amazon, Substack, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. We would love to hear from you. So until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye.
See ya.